All right, so I'm hoping I'm live. I really apologize for the delay. I've had some major technical difficulties this morning with my camera. Let me see that we're live. Are we live? Awesome. Okay. So, major technical difficulties this morning with my camera. Hopping in live. I profusely apologize. This was supposed to start at 9 o'clock, and I've been trying to fix a broken camera since technology. What are you going to do, right? So, if you're watching this live, please comment live. And if you're watching the replay, comment replay. This is what was to be a live that was to start at 9 o'clock in my free Facebook group, Tom the Trainer's Tribe. And it's all about how to build a fat loss diet without giving up your favorite foods on weekends. So, just going to make sure that everybody's had some time to get into the live, and then we're going to get rolling on it. So again, please just drop some comments so that I know that you're here. If you're watching this live, please comment live. Okay. So what we're going to do is talk about how to build a fat loss diet without giving up your favorite foods on weekends. Okay. And if you are not in the tribe, Tom the Trainer's Tribe, check the description. Link is in the tribe. Link to join the tribe is in the tribe, and we're gonna get rocking and rolling here. I just want to notify all the members of the tribe. So there we go. So all right. So would you believe that you don't have to give up your favorite foods to lose body fat? In this training, I'm going to teach you how to set your calories so you can lose 15 to 52 pounds of fat without giving up the foods that you love or blowing your diet on weekends. This is literally the exact method that I use with my clients. And today I'm going to give it to you for free for being a member of the tribe. So if you're not in Tom the Trainer's Tribe, you better join there fast, because I will be shutting off the live to my personal pages when we start getting into how we're going to do this. Okay. So I'm telling you that this method is a game changer, and I've transformed over 295 clients at the time of presenting this live, and we're pumping out new transformations every single week in my coaching program. So clearly this approach works, and today I'm going to teach you how. So the reason that conventional diets fail is kind of twofold. Okay. So basically, if you think about it, you start your diet, and I'm sure all of you have experienced this. You start your diet and you get good results for a few weeks. Am I right? And then all of a sudden, everything stops. Your results stop. And that's because we have adaptive metabolisms. So, what that means is, as you're pulling calories from your diet, your metabolism will slow down to avoid the threat of starvation, essentially. Okay. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because in evolution, there was times where we had food abundance or more food than others, right? Hence, like summer versus winter. Okay. And the other reason why it's unrealistic to try to run a conventional style of diet is because you're a human being. You're not a robot, right? So it's unrealistic to think that you're going to continually deprive yourself of the foods that you love. And then once you start to eat those foods again, you're going to gain all the weight back, because like restrictive dieting it's just silly, right? So if you're watching this and you have a pen and a piece of paper handy, take some notes, because I believe it's very powerful to take notes when learning things. I do have to be off this call at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to get right into it here. Okay. So first thing I want to do is just explain to you how the luxury lifestyle allowance was born. Back in 2016, Well, pardon me. So first thing is, what is the luxury lifestyle allowance, right? So the luxury lifestyle allowance is my nutrition method that uses calorie cycling so you can have more flexibility on weekends when it's usually much harder to stick to your diet. Does everybody agree that it's much harder to stick to your diet on weekends than it is throughout the week when usually we have more like social events and things like that? So that's why the luxury lifestyle allowance was actually born. In 2016, I was just starting out my personal training career, and I had actually just met my newlywed wife, Alyssa, on the gym floor. And in 2017, we started dating, and she's a little bit younger than I. She's actually like 8 years younger than me. And so, long story short, obviously, I liked her because, we got married. And because she was still in her late 20s at the time and still wanting to socialize on weekends a fair bit, I decided if I wanted to date her, then obviously I was going to have to partake in those social event requirements, right? To be part of, the lifestyle that she was wanting to live. And I was a bit of a hermit back then. So I wanted to partake in those social events, but I also still wanted to accomplish my fitness goals. So what I did was I started playing with my calorie intake Monday through Friday. I started like lowering my calorie intake Monday through Friday to compensate for my weekends where I could have more food intake. Okay. And it worked. I got absolutely ripped while going out with Alyssa every single weekend. And if you're watching this on Facebook, there's actually an old profile picture of me just proving how diced I actually got. It's a picture of me in my jeans in the change room at the gym, and I was pretty ripped. That was just with the luxury lifestyle allowance when it was first born. It wasn't exactly calculated back then, though. It was just kind of me like experimenting and like using trial and error. But either way, that's where I came up with the idea. Okay. If you're watching this, do you feel as though like having more flexibility on weekends with your nutrition would be something that you would benefit from? Just comment flexibility in the chat. Now, if we fast forward a few years, I decided it was time to diet down for my first photo shoot. And this decision was inspired by some of my colleagues when I was still working at Good Life Fitness. I did a team training on transformations, and I did a post about yogurt of all things that caused a bunch of them to like spiral into a fit of jealousy because it was contrary to their beliefs. And I don't know if it made them feel insecure or made them feel like I was challenging them, which I wasn't. It's just like people have different beliefs, right? And people are funny about their beliefs. So these people started lashing out on me on social media, and they said like certain foods are not appropriate in a fat loss diet. They said I didn't know shit about nutrition. They said I had no business being a coach. They said I was spreading bullshit. They said I was a ripoff, and they said I was a clown, right? And to this day, I swear that some of them still have beef about it. But with nearly 300 client transformations and counting using the luxury lifestyle allowance, it's kind of hard to argue that it doesn't work, right? And what's the point in arguing with people? So instead of doing that, I just put my money where my mouth was and I dieted down with the help of an accountability coach. Everybody agree? Like, what's the point in arguing with people? Just show them. Just show them in the chat. So I decided, why argue? It was time for me to diet down for a photo shoot, just showing them that it worked. And my coach that I hired, my coach that I hired also believed in calorie cycling. Okay. And it was a little more complicated than what I do with my clients, though, because I believe success loves simplicity. And like, let's face it, my clients and the people that I help are not personal trainers. Like, they don't eat, live, breathe fitness, right? It's part of their life, but it is their life, right? So I have a little more simpler approach. But either way, while I was using calorie cycling, I legit ate handfuls of Sour Patch Kids every Saturday. on top of going out for dinners with my wife, Alyssa, eating burgers, ordering pizza. And I even enjoyed Thanksgiving dinner and all the goodies that came with it about 4 weeks out from my photo shoot. And when I say I enjoyed all the goodies, I mean all the goodies. I totally ate like a complete asshole that day, 4 weeks out from my photo shoot, to the point that I was feeling ill. I was so full. I don't really do things half-assed. So when I decided I was going off diet that day, I went off diet, right? Either way, week after week, getting ready for my photo shoots and others, I've cycled calories. And to this day, I cycle calories, and all of my clients cycle calories with the luxury lifestyle allowance. I quit eating handfuls of candy because, like, it was awesome, but it started to hurt my teeth. But either way, I ate Sour Patch Kids by the handfuls, like 1 to 2 days a week for 2 years. And it just goes to show you that with the right approach, you can honestly eat anything and still lose body fat. And let's face it, birthdays, barbecues, holidays, and other social events are part of life. And this is the exact reason why we use a calorie allowance, a calculated calorie allowance, to get to our goals. If those things are part of life, then they should be part of the plan. All right. Okay, if you are ready, let's get into this. If you are watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on my personal Facebook, the link to join Tom the Trainer's Tribe is in the description. Better go join it now, because I am only doing this presentation in Tom the Trainer's Tribe moving forward, okay? And see you later, YouTube.